Hey, SpaceWatchers! I am on my way to get into my car to listen to our very interesting conversation between Markus Moslechner and the team of Equatorial Space Systems. Now, you might be wondering why, out of all places, I want to listen to it in my car, but I want to get as close to the conversation as possible. And you will hear that in a second. This is Space Cafe Radio, your channel about trends, cool people, and real conferences. Enjoy!
So, this is an interesting Space Cafe Radio because we're sitting in a car. And while we are sitting in a car, we're sitting in a car actually in Los Angeles, Santa Monica. And I'm sitting here with Simon, Jaap, and Eric from Equatorial Space Systems. And we just ran into one another, and that's the fun thing. We had Simon on the show a couple of months ago on Space Cafe podcast. And now I learned on LinkedIn that you guys are transferring to Los Angeles, and you just got in here like 24 hours ago. Simon, what brings you here?
Well, so that's the first time we're making this announcement, publicly. She qualified for Techstars LA, which is great. It was quite a wild journey getting to this stage, and we are ready to bring our A game to the epicenter of the action, which is here in LA.
So what is it that you do?
Yeah, we are a launcher startup, right? And we build rockets that don't blow up, but don't sacrifice their performance compared to traditional rocket propulsion methodologies. Right, so we've already done some proof of concept demonstrations before, and we are actually working on this next project called the Mid-Altitude Demonstrator. It's going to go up to over 50 kilometers in altitude, and we plan to do it. Well, I can't give you a date just yet, but soon enough.
Wow. Then next to me is Jaap. Jaap, you're from Singapore, from the original place that Equatorial Space Systems was working at. So what brings you here?
I'm here with the company. I do the business development for the company. And funny thing that you should say Equatorial Space is from Singapore. I feel like it's more of an international company because we have offices in 3 different countries now. And so I'm just here along for the ride, and I'm really enjoying myself. So we're here for Techstars to see what comes out of it, and to potentially raise some funds for our development in the US.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm saying he's a little too humble. He's been he's our biggest investor so far, and we would be pretty much doomed if he wasn't able to help us out in the earlier days. And he's a great business development associate to have. So our mission here is to develop the right relationships to fully introduce ourselves into the US ecosystem. We are taking one or two things out of Rocket Lab's playbook, in the sense that we are still maintaining our presence in Southeast Asia, in our domicile, but we understand that to really grow and prosper, we have to get, into the epicenter of what's going on in the launch sector, and that, without any question, is Los Angeles.
So where do you think, or Eric, by the way, you are taking care of, maybe in the future, you're taking care of social media and design responsibilities. Is that right?
Yes, I think that the design narrative is as important as the storytelling aspect of the business.
This is the proper approach to it, because this is something that many companies usually forget to focus on, and that's how do you tell your story?
Yeah, I think the brand story is very essential in this day and age where everyone is on social media. And I think it's good to have more coverage on these platforms. And I think by good design, good storytelling, we can bring the story to a larger audience. Yeah.
Awesome. Simon, what is it that so you're here in LA to also find investors? So what's your elevator pitch to those investors? Is it ready yet?
Well, we build rockets that, again, carry no explosives and eliminate key cost factors and risk factors from space launch. Traditional rocket systems didn't really evolve much since the V2 missile era, aside from, of course, manufacturing and computing power, which are very helpful. But, the fundamental challenge of rockets is that they still tend to explode, and it's very difficult to make sure they don't. We don't have that problem. And we will revolutionize space launch with our proprietary core technologies. and not just space launch, because we can also adopt the same technologies in orbital transfer vehicles and planetary landers. So it really excites me. The prospects of what we can accomplish here once we have proper capitalization in place in the next couple of years.
Nice. So what's the price tag? How much money are you looking for?
Well, right now we are still raising our seed round of 2.5. So it's, for many VCs, that's very much pocket change, but it's still much more than what we have used so far in our 4 years. And we've been very efficient with our funding so far. We've got into technology readiness level of 5, and now we are moving onwards to TRL 7, which is going to be fantastic.
Cool. So what are your next steps now? So when are we expecting the first launch, the first demo launch?
Yeah, that is a question I unfortunately can't answer just yet, because it's largely contingent on how quickly can we raise that funding. We are very optimistic right now. We have some great VCs in the loop, and I'm confident that we can lock in our first price round of investment in the next couple of weeks.
Awesome.
But that said, we are still open to fresh leads. So you beautiful people tuning in case you'd like to get involved, do hit us up at www.equatorialspace.com.
All right.
Like, comment, subscribe.
And if you got some pocket money left, right, it's time to invest.
We will have the necessary vehicle to do that very soon. And I'll be, I cannot make a public announcement on that just yet, fiduciary obligations, but we will soon be set on one of the equity crowdfunding platforms here in the United States.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you so much, guys. This has been fun. We're still sitting in a car. It's about 30 degrees at least, 30 degrees Celsius. But this is the way great stories tell. So thank you for taking the time. Thank you. I wish you all the best. And over and out. And back to Space Cafe Radio at SpaceWatch.Global.
Thank you for having us, Marcus.
This was the end of our episode. But please don't forget to check out our full program of Space Cafe Radio, where we offer insights, interviews, and editorial comments on the space sector. Thank you all so much for listening today. And with that, I will leave you. And don't forget, become a Space Watcher. Bye!